Hello, friends. Welcome back to Learning Nails and Aesthetics, and now Cosmetology. We are in the Milady Cosmetology book, Chapter 12, Hairstyling, starting on page 379. Check out my other videos. The Milady Nails book, their Aesthetics book, their Foundations book is a companion book to all of their books, so that one is a must. I have put videos on various playlists so you can find what you're looking for a little more easily. If there is something that you are interested in learning more about, leave me a comment. Even just a little emoji or something. If you want to go crazy, tell me where you're listening from. You don't have to write a dissertation in the comments, just a little something would be great. Also, there seems to be some YouTube issues if you come across a video that says the content is currently unavailable or the comments are turned off. Refreshing the page should fix that issue. Also, I'm going to be doing a giveaway, so look out for that. Learning objective number 7. Discuss thermal pressing in terms of type of pressing tools, products, and procedures. Oh, did I say keep in mind I am not AI, so mistakes will be made. Thermal pressing, just like clients with straight hair who want curly hair, there are clients with curly hair who want straight hair. Figure 12-37 shows before and after pressing services. For curly or coily hair, a temporary form of hair straightening may be the ideal solution. The go-to tool for a temporary straightening process is a pressing comb or hot comb, which are available in electric and cordless designs. Figure 12-38 shows an electric pressing iron. Pressing combs are often used on highly textured hair for finishing or to reach edges around the hairline, where a flat iron cannot. While pressing combs can create perfectly straight, smooth hair, when used by an untrained cosmetologist, they risk harming the scalp and hair. It takes education, practice, and experience to successfully use a pressing comb. We strongly advise that you become thoroughly trained and skilled in the use of pressing combs before adding pressing services to your menu. Type of thermal pressing. When performed properly, hair pressing temporarily straightens all textured hair, including curly, coily, and highly textured hair. A pressing generally lasts until the next shampoo, with base touch-ups sometimes required between full services due to perspiration and other factors that cause curl reversion. Hair pressing also prepares the hair for additional services, such as thermal curling. Permanent and chemical hair straighten services are covered in Chapter 15, Chemical Texture Services, page 536. There are 3 types of hair pressing. Soft press, which removes about 50 to 60% of the curl, is accomplished by applying the thermal pressing comb once on each side of the hair. For medium textured hair of average density, use subsections of average size. For coarse hair with greater density, use thinner sections to ensure complete heat penetration and effectiveness. For thinner fine hair with sparse density, use larger sections. Medium press, which removes about 60 to 75% of the curl, is accomplished by applying the thermal pressing comb once on each side of the hair, using slightly more pressure. Hard press, which removes 100% of the curl, is accomplished by applying the thermal pressing comb twice on each side of the hair. A hard press can also be done by first passing a hot thermal iron through the hair. This is called a double press. Pressing combs. Depending on what they are made of, pressing combs vary in their ability to accept and retain heat. Regular pressing combs may be designed as electrical appliances or be heated in electric or gas stoves. Figure 12-39 shows electric heater for pressing combs. Electric pressing combs are available in two forms, with an on-off switch or with a thermostat that indicates high or low degrees of heat. When heating a pressing comb in a gas stove, point the teeth face up and keep the handle away from the fire. After heating the comb to the proper temperature, test it on a piece of paper. If the paper becomes scorched, allow the comb to cool slightly before applying it to the hair. The pressing comb will perform more efficiently if it is kept clean. Pressing combs are cleaned and disinfected the same way as electric or stove-heated irons. In addition, the teeth of the comb can be cleaned using a small wire brush to remove oil or grease buildup. Use steel wool to remove carbon or soot, which appears as black dust from stove-heated irons. Pressing comb care and maintenance. Wipe the pressing comb clean of loose hair and debris before and after every use. Once all loose hair and debris are removed, the comb's intense heat keeps it sterile. With a stove-heated pressing comb, non-electric, remove the carbon by rubbing the outside surface and between the teeth with a fine steel wool pad or fine sandpaper. Then place the metal portion of the comb in a hot baking soda solution for about an hour. Rinse and dry the comb thoroughly. The metal will acquire a smooth and shiny appearance. Always temper your new brass pressing comb to remove any residue from the manufacturing process so it heats evenly. This is achieved by 1. Heating the pressing comb in the thermal oven or other heating appliance until it gets extremely hot. 2. Removing the comb carefully and coating it in a petroleum jelly or pressing oil. 3. Allowing it to cool. Then 4. Wiping off excess oil and rinsing with hot water to remove remaining oil. Lastly, pat the comb dry. Pressing oil or cream. Prepare the hair for a pressing treatment by first applying a pressing oil or cream. Both products offer the following benefits: make hair softer, prepare and condition the hair for pressing, help protect the hair from burning or scorching, help prevent hair breakage, add sheen to pressed hair, help hair stay pressed longer by acting as a sealant, preventing reversion. Caution: under no circumstances should hair pressing be performed on a client who has a scalp abrasion, a contagious scalp condition, a scalp injury, or chemically damaged hair. And another caution: typical burns caused by thermal tools may be considered minor by many medical professionals, but it doesn't mean they are not dangerous. Even minor burns can be painful, increase the likelihood of bacterial infection, and cause scarring. If you burn your client's skin or scalp, do not try to treat the wound yourself. Encourage your client to seek medical attention right away. Talk with your instructor about antibacterial ointments and when they may be applied for minor burns. Pressing procedures. Use good judgment to avoid damage. Consider the texture of the hair and the condition of the scalp. The client's safety is ensured only when the stylist observes every precaution and takes special care during the actual hair pressing. Listed below are rules for hair pressing. Avoid excessive heat or tension of the hair. Recommend conditioning treatment masks twice a month to help strengthen and moisturize the hair and scalp. Avoid using too much pressing oil on the hair. It attracts dirt and makes the hair look greasy and artificial. Avoid perfumed pressing oil near the scalp if the client has allergies. Avoid excessive or too frequent hair pressing. Keep the pressing comb clean at all times. Avoid overheating the pressing comb if using a stove. Test the temperature of the heated comb on a white cloth or paper before applying it to the hair. Adjust the temperature of the pressing comb to the texture and condition of the client's hair. Use the heated comb carefully to avoid burning the skin, scalp, or hair. Prevent the release of vapor during the pressing treatment by drying the hair completely after shampooing and not applying excessive pressing oil. Use a moderately warm comb to press short hair on the temples and back of the neck. You may also use a temple comb, which is about half the size of a regular pressing comb. For fine hair texture, consider using a flat iron on high heat rather than a pressing comb. Press hair in the direction it grows to avoid injuring the scalp or damaging the hair. Caution: injuries that are the immediate result of hair pressing include burned hair that breaks off, burned scalp that causes either temporary or permanent hair loss, and burns on the ears and neck that form scars. Injuries that are not immediately evident but can cause physical damage later include skin rashes if clients are allergic to pressing oil, and hair breakage and shortening due to frequent hair pressings. Special considerations for thermal pressing. Take precautions and safeguards when dealing with the following special situations. Pressing fine hair. Follow the same procedure as for normal hair. Avoid using a high heat pressing comb or too much pressure. Consider flat ironing on high heat if the curl form is not highly textured. To avoid hair breakage, apply less pressure to the hair near the ends. Pressing short, fine hair. Take extra care at the hairline. With extra short hair, the pressing comb should not be too hot because the hair is fine and will burn easily. Pressing coarse hair. Apply enough pressure so that the hair remains straightened. Pressing coily or curly hair. This hair may be coarse, medium, or fine. Because of the compact construction of its cuticle cells, this hair type requires more heat and pressure than others. Pressing lightened or tinted hair. Pressing lightened, bleached hair is never recommended. Tinted hair might require pre- and post-conditioning treatments, depending on the extent of the damage. Pressing gray hair. Gray hair may be harder to straighten. For good results, use a moderately heated pressing comb applied with light pressure. Avoid excessive heat, as discoloration or breakage can occur. Thermal pressing in 7 steps. Students should practice by first using a cold pressing comb, either on each other or on a mannequin head, before moving to a heated pressing comb. Use heat-resistant gloves while practicing with a hot comb. 1. Wash and dry the hair. Apply a heat protectant product. Then lightly apply a pressing oil or cream. 2. Separate the hair into small sections. Each section should take up only about half of the comb's width. 3. Heat the comb to the desired temperature. Then test it on a white cloth or tissue. If the fabric becomes discolored, scorched, allow the comb to cool for a few seconds and test again. 4. Comb the section with a regular comb to ensure the hair is as smooth as possible and tangle-free. 5. Insert the comb as close to the scalp as possible without risking scalp damage. The teeth should be pointed down and the back of the comb should be up. 6. Use the teeth of the pressing comb to separate and control the hair. Use the back of the comb to straighten the hair. Do the latter by holding the end of the hair with your fingers and creating the proper amount of tension by pulling the hair slightly upward so the hair is firmly against the back of the comb. 7. Move the comb through the hair and the perimeter, which is the edges, with the recommended tension, as outlined in this chapter. A single pass is recommended for fine to medium hair. 2 passes may be necessary for coarse or highly textured hair. 8. Finish by styling the hair with thermal tool of choice. Check in. Name and describe the 3 types of hair presses. What precautions and safeguards should be taken when pressing fine hair? Learning objective number 8. Describe and demonstrate natural textured styles. Natural hairstyling. Natural hairstyling skills can be applied to any great style and does not use chemical or altered textured hair's natural curl or coil pattern. With the right product and techniques, your client will have a long-lasting style they will love. Curly and coily method for textured hair. The ultimate goal for styling natural curls is a long-lasting, curly, coily style with a quick and easy regimen. The curl and go, wash and go style is the most widely used styling technique for wavy, curly, and coily textures. Curl and go and coil and go are styling methods that achieve a free, curly, or a coily defined texture using products. Sorry, I lost my place. I almost reread the same line. Using products and finger hand manipulations. With both methods, start with a fresh cut and a sulfate-free cleansing and conditioning treatment, or co-wash the hair. Apply a cleansing conditioner that refreshes and adds moisture to the hair between weekly shampoos. Follow with a leave-in conditioner, curl enhancing cream, gel, or foam. Then hand style after air drying or using a hooded dryer or diffuser. Hydration and moisturizing. Water-based products are the key to achieving the best results on all textures. Wavy and curly styles require light water-based products and light creams with humectants. Very curly to tightly coiled textures require a combination of water-based products, curl creams with humectants, butters, and botanical essential oils to control frizz and add luster. Butters and oils are too heavy for silky, wavy, and some curly textures. However, tight, curly, coily, and highly textured hair lacks natural oils, so butter-based ingredients are highly beneficial to these textures. With so many products available, it is your duty to understand these ingredients. Test the products on different hair textures and know how effective they are on each hair texture as indicated on the packaging and manufacturer's directions. Some clients may have a variety of curl types throughout their hair. The most essential products and tools to achieve naturally curly and coily styles are leave-in conditioner, curl defining and curl enhancing cream, curl creams with butter and essential oils, cream gel or alcohol-free styling gel, curl styling foam, wide tooth comb, detangling brush or paddle brush, fingers and hands, hooded dryer or diffuser. Refer to the hair type and texture section in Chapter 9, Principles of Hair Design, which I have videos on, so watch those, on pages 181 to 185 for complete characteristics of all wavy, curly, and loose coily patterns. Here's a quick guide on product selection based on hair texture. All textures, hydrating and moisturizing, water-based H2O products. Wavy and curly textures, light water-based products with light humectant creams. Very curly or coily textures, combination of water-based products and moisturizing products with botanical essential oils. Tightly coiled texture to afro, highly textured. Heavy moisturizing products with butters and essential oils. Hydration and moisture are the key components that benefit curly and coily hair. Humectants are important for hydration all year for all hair textures, as they are moisture binding ingredients that keep the hair and scalp properly hydrated. They attract and hold moisture from the environment and or the moisture present as the water in most conditioners, binding it to hair and skin. Water and sulfate-free moisturizing shampoos, conditioners, and creamy leave-in conditioners are very important for maintaining healthy hair. Essential and botanical oils are best for providing smoothness and shine, while deep nourishment is achieved when oils are applied with heat or steam that penetrates the hair shaft. Products that contain mineral oil, lanolin, beeswax, parabens, petrochemicals, and petroleum and silicones can clog the pores, attract dirt and debris, and cause product buildup. They can dry out and absorb moisture from the hair and should be avoided. Did you know? In the early 1990s, prominent natural hair care and braiding salons in New York City, dysphoria, comet, kinks, snaps, tendrils, and turning heads, pioneered the natural hair movement. Several black-owned companies, Shea Moisture, Carol's Daughter, and Jane Carter Solution, developed the first natural hair care products to address the natural textured hair market's lack of available products. Oquidad and Diva Curl were the first to create products for hair with natural silky ringlets and wavy and curly textures. By the early 2000s, the curly market had expanded tremendously, with curly brands created by Curls, Hair Rules, Kinky Curly, Miss Jessie's, and Mixed Chicks. They were the first of many natural curly hair care brands sold in major stores like Target and Walmart. Curly method will be our next video. I hope this was helpful to you. Don't forget to comment, like, share, and subscribe, as well as check out my other videos. And thanks for watching. Have a great day. Thanks. Bye.